And thanks for joining me on today's edition or episode, whatever you choose to call it, of Conversations. Now, I'm speaking conversations and the room is empty. Anyway, it's not exactly the regular conversations. We caption this Conversations Special. As a producer, I took my time and, sampled opinions of our regular viewers who often, either call or send text messages across the nation to find out what their opinion of our different topics have been since the year 2019. And it will amaze you what we found out. Speaking to people within Abuja, we had different opinions. I'll speak on those and then I'll get to tell you more about it. For now, we had a chat with a lady, Ngozi. Here's what she said.
The topic that dwelt on what women don't like about men. That topic was something else. It was really things that we encounter every day in our homes. And the discussants did justice to that episode. They were blunt about it. People talked about what men do that we don't like. And I'm sure after that episode, a lot of men, some of them don't even know they are doing things wrongly. So some of them took correction and they are all better for it. That topic is a sensitive topic, they say. And, women, some of them don't even have the courage to speak out or to tell their spouses that this thing, you're not doing it right. But seeing it on air, it was an enlightenment to the men.
All right, she's not alone on that topic. A whole lot of people actually queued into that very topic. Maybe because it's not too long ago we played that, what women do not like about their men. Let's hear several other people who spoke on that. And when they are done, we'll play a little bit of that for you.
The program has been treating so many beneficial subjects, and almost all of them are really interesting. But the one I really sat to watch was the one that they discussed about the things women like about men, what women do not like about men. Although it had just women as discussants, I would have wished a man was part of the discussant. Yeah, I liked it because it treated the real basics of life, the truth. Because when they stay on that set, it's like the producer chooses people who really speak their mind. They don't just hide anything. They open up as if they are just doing normal, regular conversations outside the screen. So it's like a real life situation on conversations, and it's a commendable thing for the producer and those who initiated the program.
I don't like the fact that it seems as if a large number of men have difficulty controlling themselves sexually. And why do I put it that way? So many instances you find yourself with a male in circumstances that should really be innocent. In the daytime, you're not necessarily indecently dressed. This is somebody who,
even that does not give anyone an excuse, but
yeah, but
fine.
still, you have dealings with this person. Maybe he's your boss. Maybe he's just somebody you went to see for something or to pick something up and everything, and you're done having that conversation, you're walking out the door, and the person follows you up and grabs your bottom, or, an unsolicited tight hug, and this person is a stranger, somebody like trying to plant a kiss on put a peck on you that you just met 5 minutes ago, and you're like, okay, what was it about my demeanor that gave this person the idea that I really wanted them to grab my bottom or touch my breasts or try to plant it. You know, you understand? And
I do not like men that are not well groomed. I don't imagine whatever position you assume in life or attain in life, and I see you the sight matters, the first, impression really matters. I'm meeting you for the first time, I'm seeing your nails, some dirt underneath, you smell woozy, OBMO, I can't stand that. No matter how nice you are, and that's why, just as your introduction did state, you wonder you're very nice, but women are not just coming your way. Maybe you have to take care of that body odor, we call it BO. Maybe the mouth odor is very offensive, you've got to take care of it. And all of these things are very difficult for people to tell you, except those that are very close to you and those that really love you.
When men interact with women, they have this mentality of looking down on the woman, feeling you're inferior. So you're a woman, you should not, I don't even want to waste my time with you, you're a woman. As if being a woman is a curse. As if being a woman had some negative connotations to it. So it affects the way they interact with us, mentally, in business, and even in the family. Because look at you and feel this person is inferior. This gender is inferior. So I have to deal with this person as an inferior gender to me. And it cuts across every dealings of man and women. But that's something I don't like about it. If you see me as who I am. Interact with me as a person first. Don't see the gender. Leave out the gender. Deal with me first. If I'm intellectually sound, deal with me like that. If I have something to offer, deal with me because I have something to offer. No, don't deal with me because you feel, let me have sympathy on her because she's a woman. No, don't do that to me. Deal with me as an individual. And men do that a lot. It doesn't matter who, young, old, rich, poor. It cuts across all sector of the male gender. And
the culture of silence. That is my own peeve when it comes to men. The fact that they think that they can take whatever they want, anytime, any place, any day. It sickens me to my core. And the one that sickens me even more is the group of people that we call pedophiles.
Oh.
The people that cannot get it up, except it's the baby. Babies as young as 6 months, as young as 3 days.
That's so tragic. I don't even know.
That is my peeve. Sexual and gender-based violence. I'm not even talking just about the sexual part of the sexual and gender-based violence. I'm talking about the violent part too.
Whether domestic or anywhere else.
Statistics that 1 in 3 women
have been abused in some way.
Will be abused one way or the other within their lifespan or during their lifespan. But I do not agree with that statistic, I'm sorry to say. I think it is 1 in 1. If I ask you,
that's harsh.
You,
it's real.
Childbirth until the age you are now, you would give me an instance of being inappropriately groped by one guy or the other.
At the very least.
Whether it's your father, a cousin, a nephew, a random stranger, the gate man, something. In the guise of giving you a hug, someone will grab your breast.
Yeah.
In the guise of saying, oh, nice to meet you, someone will give you a funny squeeze. Like, or can we see later?
I'm going to tell you the first time I got a squeeze on my palm.
You will see a guy, when you look towards his south side, his external genitalia is saying good morning for no reason. I understand that men are visual. I understand
that. Right.
Come on, can we keep it in the pants, please?
But we want to bring it home right now and ask about the little things that men do in the house that we do not like. For instance, have you ever wondered why some men cannot finish using the towel and just hang it back somewhere in the bathroom? Why would they have to throw it on the bed? Little things like that I put off. Let's have a list of the things in that area that probably you do not like. Let's start from this time around.
Okay, please. I've been dying to say something because it's okay. Have you ever wondered why a grown man with a wife and kids will go to the toilet, the lavatory, to ease himself, to do number one, to pee, right? Takes the seat up. He flushes out that thing. The moment he starts peeing, he flushes the toilet. Right? The toilet does its own bit. The flushing is done before the pee is done. And so 10 liters of water is wasted The pee is still there.
Oh my goodness.
He doesn't put the seat back down. He doesn't reflush. He doesn't wash his hands. He walks away.
That's why I don't like shaking men, by the way.
So you see, did you just, you got the picture?
Literally, I can picture
He's
it.
peeing, he's flushing. The flushing thing is done.
Why did you flush
He's
before
still
you're
peeing.
done?
10 liters of water wasted. Toilet seat still up. Pee still in there. Hand not washed. Walks away. Now, in the typical toilet in my home, for example, you have the toilet brush, the holder. You have the toilet liquid washing soap and all the other things in there. This man goes into the toilet, does the number 2. What I mean by that is he defecates, right? He sees it. He stands up. He sees that there's got fecal particle all there, all up in there. The toilet brush is still looking at you. The liquid soap is looking at you. The sink is looking at you. You do not use the air freshener. There's water, sweetie. You do not use the air freshener to dilute the air or to freshen up the air. You do not reflush. You do not use the brush or the soap. You do not wash your hands. You walk away.
The house help will do that. Or the woman will do it.
Do it upstairs in your own personal bathroom. You do it downstairs in the guest toilet. Come on. And you are expecting guests or there are guests in the house. Which one you do now?
Okay, that's about
When that very topic came on air, it was with lots of argument. The men wrote in, the quarrel, they said all sort of things, and then they insisted they wanted to do their own. And without even cueing, them properly, they stormed the studio and decided to stage a show for themselves. We allow them because as women, we're very democratic in nature and we're very liberal-minded as well. Let's see what they said because people actually prefer that. And we'll bring the script to you. And once they're spoken, we'll also play a little bit of that for you.
Okay, the topic that really caught my attention lately was the one about what men don't like about women, because there was a previous episode about women don't like about men, and to me I felt it was unfair. So when they actually aired the one about what men don't like about women, it was like a balance of stories. So I loved it. And then there was this recent one also about late marriages. I think it was really, really timely for our society at the moment.
Done a bit talking about that is talking about women. Have talked about what the things they don't like about men. So right now we are also going to be responding to some of the things they said they don't like about men. But let's start with you, Barrister. If you are to say or list some items or issues that you don't like about women, what would it be?
Thank you. It's always I don't know, tongue and teeth. They always quarrel when they're living inside the same room. So one of my mentors described women this way. He said, "Do you know the full meaning of women?" I said, "No, so I say it's woe unto man." That is the full meaning of women. So there are so many things, I won't use what we don't like, but negatively interesting about women. One, a woman would want to go north. Will start telling you about south. If you are not clever, you just plunge south. He will start hitting you. That is not what I told you. And you will be wondering, didn't I hear well? So it irritates one, but with time, you start learning that once this person tells you we're going north, please, by all means, start looking southwards. So growing up, you tell a woman, you say, stop disturbing me. What is it? And some of us who were timid will withdraw. After a week or two, what were you telling me that day, Seth? So it irritates, but now that we are mature, we now know that when the person is headed north, you know that she actually wants to go south. So I think this is one thing I have noticed. It is in all of them, young, old, grand, the same.
Fine face.
Why fine face? Are you going in this order?
No, not really. Because you've been looking at the barrister like...
Yeah, kind of appreciating what you were saying concerning the women. When you say what you don't like about women, there's everything I like about a woman. Everything. It's just that the absence of understanding has resulted to some disagreement. A woman is oftentimes described as, for me, as the most powerful being on earth. But unfortunately, our powerfulness is not known to her as such. For every power you don't know the importance is abuse. So the woman's key problem today or challenge is her inability to discover who she truly is and how she can help the man. So what I think I would want to see better is for the woman to understand that she plays the position of a neck in the body of a human being, and the man plays the position of the head. I've not seen any position anywhere the neck oftentimes try to struggle to be the head. When that happens, that being will be dead. So the woman, her biggest challenge is her inability to understand the place with which she play in the human neck and also in the man's life. So when she comes to that consciousness, I think we'll begin to like her the more. But if you look at a woman makes you to struggle, to look for better, standard of living, and makes you to dress better. A woman makes you to begin to pursue your goals. A woman becomes your mother, becomes your sister, your closest confidant if you're not careful.
The right woman.
The right woman, thank you. The right woman makes it. That's what I'm saying. I like what I said. Even he said he's not married, but it's like he has a lot of experience with that, which is good. So,
from issue when couples come to us for advice, probably for divorce and the rest, you always discover something. Something is always present in every situation, every dispute between a married couple. One, submission. The men is always a complaint on the part of the men that the women don't submit to them. Secondly, there's always this assumption on the part of the women that the man should know. That the man should know what I am feeling at a particular time without them spelling it out.
You're speaking my mind.
So it's always very difficult. This trend runs in every single family issues I've handled as a lawyer.
I met a lady that looked at me and said, this one will be player. Don't say that to me. You don't even know me.
Because you're that handsome.
I'm not even sure. Don't say that to me. You don't know me. Now, the problem we have with a lot of ladies, they think they know us. But you cannot really tell what a thing is until you come closer.
You can't judge it.
Ladies think they are very smart. If I give you my money, you call me and you tell me, I'm hungry. You pretend or you start acting up like you're sick or anything. If I give you my money, I'm giving it to you because I want to. It makes me look good. Not because you're smart. Not because I catch a boo-boo, according to them.
It was a fair game. What men don't like about women, what women don't like about men. But basically, the whole idea is to ensure that the man and the woman coexist as partners at home, as partners in the larger society, for the peaceful existence of everyone involved. That's what we're here for. Now, beyond that, we also spoke to a few persons who spoke and demanded, for the replay of certain other topics, especially that on fertility. Let's get to have these people speak on it, and then we play it back for you as well.
The program that I watched, that is, is about, fertility. Why is it that men nowadays are not able to, impregnate their wives, and also why is it that women nowadays are not even able to carry, or get pregnant? So all these things I learned so much from it, but not for me. Like me, I have triplets, and I can always advise my colleagues. Some of them that are not able to do that, I can always advise my colleagues. The same thing to other women too. So I enjoy the program. I want to encourage others to watch the program.
Stress has what we call a positive feedback system. Stress will prevent the woman ovulating.
Ovulating?
Yes. And then it also affects the man, sperm count of the man. I'm going to talk about that. But the more stressed you are, the more anxious you are, the more the chances of even ovulating gets slimmer and slimmer.
But even when you don't ovulate, you still get to see your period at the end of the month.
Yeah, well, exactly.
How does it happen?
Yes. No, ovulation is a completely different thing. Whether you ovulate or not, you see your period. Yes, because the woman's cycle, the womb prepares to receive the egg. Whether the woman ovulates or not, the egg will shed as period. So that's what happens. The causes of infertility is 50-50 for the man and the woman.
Somebody actually said it's 70-30.
No.
The men 70.
No, it's 50-50. And it's been found out that actually the sperm count of men are declining as from one generation to the other. So men, as we are now, are not as fertile as they used to be 50 years ago.
Why is
and it's
that
because
so?
of lifestyle.
Okay.
It's because of lifestyle, it's because of stress. Remember, stress, everybody wants to make money. It's because of smoking, alcohol, and then mobile phone in your pocket.
Wow.
That decreases sperm count by 8%. So when you see people carry mobile phone in their pocket, and then when the mobile phone rings, it sets up even more radiation on this on the testicles. And then you find out that what we do, I mean, I've seen so many couples. The man comes with sperm count. Is it one of the man can have a normal sperm count, but the sperms are actually not viable. They cannot pregnant a woman. Many men have absolutely no sperm. Do you know what? It's because when they were small, they had mumps. And these mumps actually goes to eat up the sperm producing cells. Wow. Overseas, if a child has mumps, you have to warn the parents. If the man grows up and find out that he was not warned, he can sue the hell out of the health system. But many of our men who had mumps as children are unable to produce sperm cells.
The regular moms we have.
Yes, and then you ask them to go and do tests. They go behind, do tests secretly, and then they will tell them they have no sperm. And then they will be blaming the woman, and the woman will be stressed out. The society will be looking on the woman.
Well, I have been ardent follower of the program Conversation and many other programs of the Nigerian Television Authority because I am an ardent viewer of the channel. For this year, out of the series that I've watched of that program, the one that thrills me most was the one that featured on personal hygiene. And the reason is that personal hygiene is one very important aspect of human endeavor. We need to keep ourselves clean to achieve maximum health benefit. And in that program, I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot in terms of personal cleanliness, self-grooming, and so many other factors that has to do with personal hygiene. And I really commend NTA for that program. I have learned so many other things from many of the episodes. But the one that thrills me the most is the one that dealt with personal hygiene.
Chest hair, when you have your general bath, you wash up really well. Some people are hairy from head to toe. So those people take an extra time having a good bath. Now, there's something I always like to talk about when I'm talking about having a bath. If you're having a bath under the shower, it's different from when you're pulling from
a bucket,
right? So you waste more water when you're having a shower.
True.
But you have a better bath when you're having a bucket because you're managing that water, you're scrubbing yourself really well. A lot of people just stand under the shower and do like that and they get away and they think they've had a bath. But if you're having a bath from a bucket, you're making sure you're washing every part of you.
You're limited to that water, you want to utilize it.
Yes. Now, if you do not like to keep your chest hair or your body hair, there's a simple way of removing it. You use, like he's using, the peel-off cream. You just rub and have a bath and the thing comes off as if you're shaving.
Exactly.
Yes, it comes off. Or you do the waxing.
I think it's painful.
But there's something that dermatologists have advised. Do not remove your hair completely. Trim. It is better for the pores because you can end up having bumps that will turn into something else. They can become infected, and then you have fistulas, and they are dripping, and they are, they are
even with the underarm.
No, not the underarm. Okay, the chest. But you still have sometimes once in a while you have bumps under there from not shaving properly, and the follicle turns back on itself, and it forms a bump. But after a while, it goes off. Now we're coming down to the very crucial area, the crotch.
Yep.
A lot of people do not watch that area properly. Now let's start from the very, very important organ down there, the external male genitalia, the John Thomas. Can we refer to it as JT? Or should I say
male genitalia is okay.
Okay, so we call it the male genitalia. Do you know that there's a special way to wash the male genitalia?
No.
And then when you're washing, you're also looking out for something else. What are you looking out for? You're looking out for any changes in the sac that may indicate testicular cancer.
What kind of changes in
Skin
color?
Skin color, size, tenderness, and lumps.
Man, I hope you're listening.
Skin color, size, tenderness, lumps in the sac. That's the balls. So that's what I'm saying. You need to wash those balls so that when you're having an intimate moment with your woman or your girlfriend or your wife, she doesn't want to taste rancidness. All right? So now you wash the balls properly. Do not use scented soap. And use warm water, lukewarm water, or cold water, regular water, room temperature. Hot water is not good for it.
I don't know any soap that is not
especially
scented.
For the sperm. You want to be able to make your wife pregnant.
No, seriously, I don't know any soap that is not scented.
So there are unscented soaps out there.
They're rare.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you shouldn't use scented soap?
Yes, use unscented soap.
Why?
Because a lot of the chemicals that induce the scent is not very friendly, even to the women's vaginal area.
Okay.
The male external genitalia the temperature is like 5, the pH is like 5.
And that's what they advise. You shouldn't wear tights on this.
For the women is 7 to 8. So you give it a thorough wash, right? Now, for men who are not circumcised, you pull back the foreskin and you wash thoroughly. If you do not do that, there's something that is called the smegma. It's like, like the female external genitalia self-cleanses. So we have juices coming out of there. The men also have, but theirs is not as much as ours. So those little juices, the pre-ejaculate, they form on the tip and then they drip down into the foreskin, and then they form the smegma. And then when you pull back the foreskin, you see something that looks like the discharge from candida.
That is
cheesy,
so
but
much
that is not because you have herpes or because you have an STD. It's just a natural inhabitant of that particular area.
If you don't clean properly.
Yes.
When there's a child out there that's not getting the same that your own child is getting, the difference will tell, and there will come a time in the society where that child is going to take his pound of flesh.
Where you can actually, everything from watching a program with the child, you can start up the conversation from something on the TV and say, oh,
For me, it's like, hurry up with this business. And the other one said, Auntie, it's not about me, it's about the guys. They're not ready to marry.
Yes. If she wants to ask something, no, I know my mother very well. In fact, the most interesting one is when I put up pictures on WhatsApp, Snapchat filters and all that, she will call me, remove that picture. I got tired of all that and I said,
It's amazing how much of thrills conversations bring to a lot of people across the nation and even outside of the shore. Now, people in Lagos spoke to us, people in Port Harcourt spoke to us, and a lot of the young people also spoke to us. And a lot of them actually mentioned something about the empowerment. I call him the empowerment man, Mr. Francis, and we'll listen to what they said and then we'll play it back as well.
Anything. Let me explain the local interpretation of what you have just said now.
Okay.
To let more people understand it, because people cannot even get access to what you are talking about easily. Every item you have that is being sold today can be sold on the internet without doing any computation and all that.
Yes.
This shoe I'm wearing now, go to the person that brings shoes into Abuja, take pictures of shoes in about 5 shops, and know the amount that they sell those shoes. Yeah. And take those pictures, instead of doing selfie and putting on Facebook and doing all those things, collect the price, negotiate the price to the barest minimum, and put the picture on the internet, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and put your phone number there.
Yes.
Your business has started already. Exactly. You don't need a rented apartment. You don't need a shop. You don't need to stock the shop. You don't need to pay rent. You don't need to pay salaries.
You don't need to buy generator or diesel. There are so many things you can start with that one. Every item can be done. Now let me tell you what is happening in the market today. People are still selling things in the market. Do you know that every item you have in the market can be sold in the supermarket? All you need to do is package and employ people to sell it. You don't need to do anything. With 10,000 capital, you can sell sugarcane. You can sell pomo. You can sell shaki. You can sell anything you have in the market. All you need to do is package it right. Get cellophane to wrap it very well, presentable. Employ 6 graduates that like employment. Promise to pay them 50,000 naira a month. Give each of them the quantity you need to sell. Put 2 of them in charge of supermarket in Gwarimpa, 2 in supermarket in Metama, 2 in supermarket in Asokoro. They will sell the quantity that will give you 1 million naira a month. You want me to practicalize it for you? Money flows in the streets of Nigeria. Nigerians are not picking it, and the people that reorientate our people, they are not reorientating our people well. We have a school education that is tilted towards the way colonial masters trained us, where they trained us to be interpreters, teachers, and civil servants, to actually fill offices. Today, they are graduates, they come out, they cannot implement their education out there. Do you know, those who read history, philosophy, where are they working today? Do you know that our education system is not applied outside?
Yeah.
Changing the way you package sugarcane, employ people to sell it, gives you 1.8 million naira a month. What are the graduates doing?
We need to take a quick break. We're talking about the get-rich-quick syndrome here in the conversation room. I'm sure you're here and you're wondering, wow, this is so much information. So we'll be right back. Get your notebook because there's so many things, including the solution Silas was talking about when we get back. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Now, the amazing one and quite interesting was the topic on why men are not putting the ring on it. You know how they put it. Why are men not putting the ring on it? And I also learned a new term from that conversation, manchership, not bachelorship. Right? Somebody or a lady told us that she learned a whole lot about that. Let's hear what she took out of that particular edition, and then we play it back for you.
Where they discussed about late marriages, why men don't propose to women on time. Yeah, and it was educative, it was entertaining, and we're able to know why men are not able to propose to women on time, because these days women focus on weddings, not marriage, and they are mostly focused on materialistic stuff. They want extravagance marriage, and they want to be part of what the society are doing. So, yes.
Why are the men of these days refusing, taking time to put a ring on it?
Oh, yeah.
First of all, I have 4 years to go. I intend to get married at 40.
Really?
40?
Yes.
Are you kidding me?
And secondly, there's a way
Why
of...
40?
Okay, why 40?
Did you see the silence in the house?
Okay,
Wow.
why 40?
Yeah.
40
That's
is
late
because...
marriage, by the way.
It is.
Yes, it's because I did not start early enough.
Okay. When you say you didn't start early enough, what do you
He's speaking
mean?
about himself.
I'm talking about myself personally. There are a lot of structures I need to put in place before that time.
So even if the guy is ready, even if the lady is ready, they are looking at the whole, I want to be independent, I want to have fun, I want to enjoy my youthful stage before I enter into marriage. So it's not just about the whole economic thing that, okay, the guy has to make money or they have to be all comfortable. It's about the fact that now, okay, back then, people, before you get a child from a lady, you have to marry her. Now,
Baby
come
mama.
on,
Baby
it's
mama.
everywhere. So you don't even have to marry a lady to have a child. So most ladies feel, what's the point? You hear a lady will turn down a proposal from a very a wonderful guy. Why? Because she feels if a child, I can have a child. You get, if it's to be happy, I can be happy. I can travel to wherever I want to be. I can go to wherever you get. So the whole idea about marriage right now, it's for the downplay.
There are 3 things that are very simple in life, and they are the most essential in life. The first is marriage. The second is training people in school. The third is building a house.
Okay.
These 3 things, you don't have any pressure on yourself. You put yourself on the kind of pressure you want to be on.
Okay.
There is no standard of marriage. High class, low class, middle class, whatever, whatever standard you want to do. People misunderstand the purpose. When you don't understand the purpose, that's why it looks as if you might start to build your house with 50,000 naira. You don't have a deadline on the day you finish your house. Now, when you put pressure on yourself is when you want to impress people that you finish building your house in 2 years. You might decide to marry. It's not compulsory that you go outside the world and invite everybody to your marriage. The marriage is between you and your wife and the families of both yourself and your wife. You must not go outside to go and hit and call everybody to come. And people want to please others, and that's why it looks like it's difficult.
So do you get married in 5 years, like you build your house in 5 years?
Why not?
It wouldn't be complete if we do not touch home a little bit, and we're going to, we actually took our time to speak with the director of this program, who's been doing an amazing job, Mr. Wale Hazard, and he did a detailed job. Let's see the first part of it. What does he like, and which is his favorite?
It's conversation, having seen through over, let me say, 80 episodes of the program. You know, the topics week in, week out are exciting, no doubt. So to pick out one that excites us is actually difficult. But I would say in recent weeks or months that we've recorded, the one that has generated a lot of, you know, reaction, excitement from viewers, and even me as director, because sitting back in the control room and watching what goes on the floor of the program, you can actually tell before it is shown on the screen if a program excites the viewers. And I must say, sometimes the topic on what women don't like in men, for me, in recent weeks, stands out the most exciting, because the guests on the program were not only real and true to the topic, they were also very animated, in the sense that we saw a lot of them share personal experience on some of the misgivings they have about men. And as a man myself, watching behind the screen in the control room, I could connect directly, away from just the production ethics now. I connected directly with some of the things they were saying. I remember in one of the segment there, you know, one of the ladies were talking about the husband using the bathroom and throwing the towel, and I see a lot of men in that picture. And, you know, as a man myself, I connected with that, you know, part of the, and many other part of it. But for me, that stands out. And I can only tell our viewers to watch more, because the coming weeks are going to be more exciting.
Now, well, Wale took us to a different dimension entirely, talking about the characters on sets, our regular characters on set. Hear him out, and when he's done, we're going to play you a little bit of the profile of most of our popular faces on this set. You'll be amazed who they really are outside of Conversation Room.
Well, let me say, first of all, that Conversation parades interesting guests week in, week out. People of substance, women of substance, who no doubt connect with the topic from one episode to another and had substance to the topic we were conversing about. So, well, some characters have stand out, and I must indeed commend everybody from our core presenters, Nike, Devan, but obviously Dr. Jennifer, you know, for me stands out as one of characters on set, not only because of her depth in our areas of expertise, but also how the dexterity now, moving from the medical line into the social conversation, you know. It's not so often you see doctors that are social like that, doctors who are vibes and verve. But she's got a combination of everything. She not only has core depth in her area of expertise, which is medicine, she also connects how that relates to our everyday life. So she's one jolly good fellow, if I may use that word. And of course, like I said, Nike Devan, of course Eno. Eno Bong, a lot of people see as controversial because of her standpoint. She always will give you the hot point from her own point of view, which makes the conversation and the mix of persons you have on set quite interesting. Not everybody giving you the same stereotype.
Officer of Nigeria's contract. South America. Dr. Brima is also certified with distinction in global family planning and sexual reproductive health and rights from Lund University, Sweden, and certified with honors in global perspective on sexual and gender-based violence by the prestigious Johns Hopkins University, Baltimore, Maryland, United States of America. Dr. Brima is a writer. She is married to Honorable Engineer Abbas Brima, and they are blessed with 2 brilliant daughters. Nikki Koka Babalula, a PR professional and broadcaster with over 15 years of experience. Nikki started public speaking in the year 2000 as a radio presenter on campus at the University of Cape Coast in Ghana. She has since then worked with Cool FM, Abuja and Lagos, as well as Kiss FM, Abuja. She is one of the regular faces on Conversations. In 2007, Nikki formed the Sister Sister Network, a yearly program that brings vital information and hope to women and girls across the FCT. Super mom to a set of boisterous streets, Nikki's vision is to provide different avenues for women to learn something new each and every day. Rita Onome Egujabo, popularly known as Queen Rita, is a Radio Netherlands trained broadcast manager and a BSc alumni, a broadcast journalist with experience in radio and television. She started her broadcast career in 2000 as a TV presenter with Media Plus Communications in Edo State, Nigeria. Rita, who crossed from private production to real-time radio broadcasting, currently co-produces and hosts The People's Assembly and Sister Sister on Hot FM. A multimedia journalist with a passion for gender and health issues, her feminist instinct propelled her to co-found Women in Media Development Initiation, a non-profit organization focused on showcasing and championing the rights of women working in the media industry. She is also the president and founder of Onomese Foundation, a volunteer for Helpline Foundation, Phoenix Nigeria Foundation. Queen Rita is the station manager of Hot FM Abuja, a media and advertising consultant, a compere and a member of Advertising Practitioners Council of Nigeria and Nigeria Institute of Public Relations.
Dangote, see the fame on you.
Chukuma Ohaka is a business development and customer service professional with many years of experience supervising teams that deliver excellence in marketing management and customer relations. He is a forte in identifying business opportunities and converting them to mutually beneficial relationships. He thrives in fast-paced, having worked for many years in the Nigerian pension industry. He has developed business strategies that have enhanced the operations and delivery systems in the industry, some of which are pioneer inventions. He is a versatile man who is also skilled in entrepreneurship, life coaching, motivational speaking, and capacity development. His professionalism, beside his reliable and pragmatic approach to work, are keys to his successful career and business. Rising from a small-scale businessman 10 years ago to become the owner of a business chain cutting across pharmaceuticals, FMCG, restaurants, bakery, importation of automobiles, and real estate.
He holds an MBA, MSc in Human Resource Management and a first degree in English and Literary Studies. He is a fellow of the Institute of Management Consultants. He has attended several trainings within and outside the country, including the prestigious Lagos Business School.
They know my story. From old dogs to I be hustle to work.
Zainab Yakase, well known as Z, is a US-trained medical doctor with specialization in dermatology. An indigene of Kaduna State, Zainab has always had passion for the media, precisely entertainment. Little wonder this passion took her out of medical world into the world of media. Today she is a TV host, brand influencer, YouTuber, and recently her culinary skills gave her yet another feather which she used to open her newest business, On the Grill. Zainab is known for her eloquence and free spirit.
When there's a child out there that's not getting the same that your own child is getting, the difference will tell, and there will come a time in the society where that child is going to take his pound of flesh.
Where you can actually, everything from watching a program with the child, you can start up the conversation from something on the TV and say, oh, you know.
For me, it's like, hurry up with this business. And the other one said, Auntie, it's not about me, it's about the guys. They're not ready to marry.
Yes. If she wants to ask something, no, I know my mother very well. In fact, the most interesting one is when I put up pictures on WhatsApp, you know, Snapchat filters and all that. She will call me, remove that picture. There was a day I got tired of all that and I said,
Okay, now you know my people, you know our discussants, Nike where she works, Rita where she works. Z is not just a talkative, Z is also a dermatologist. Dr. Jennifer is a medical doctor for real, and a whole lot of all that put together. Keep watching Conversation and seriously welcome your observation, because most of what we discuss here actually come from what you write to us. So we welcome that at all times. Make it a date with us every Wednesday, 9 a.m. and subsequent times we air it on International. We'll promise you we can never disappoint you. And as we step into the new year, it's new goals, new objective, and everything you want to call it. By the way, my name is Elizabeth. Be good. Don't forget, share out to one another. Express love, especially this Yuletide season. Bye.